Today on Skullman Speaks, I wanted to dedicate this episode to a certain YouTuber due to their work impacting me over the years that they have been posting, and as such how they moulded their content to make it something more of their own want rather than sticking solely to the singular genre they were in. As such, this will also cover how I reacted in response also when things carried on too. Today's candidate goes by Ragnarobb, or Robert to give him his real name. Now, Rob is a creator who I stumbled upon when going through my PokeTuber era on YouTube, so I would watch the top 10 videos from people like the Aura Guardian, Arizo or Mystic Umbreon. What made him different from the rest though were the videos he made regarding Pokemon were more comedic than informational, with this I Want to Talk About series being the peak of his channel at the time, and it shows in his numbers. It wasn't even like they were detailed in presentation besides the fast-paced editing that would go into it and the laughably bad audio used by a set of Apple headphones no doubt, but that was it. The channel was there and he made things so remarkable and memorable to this day. Even now, I will quote his videos like the Poplio one, in which Rob calls his mother to complain about the initial appearance of the Pokemon. I'll play a segment of it quickly just to give you a feel for the kinds of videos he made at the time.
I want to talk about Poplio. In Johto, Ho, Encino, Unova, and Kalos, I picked water. Next to Bouffalon, the water starter is often secondary bay. 5 out of 6 regions, I pick water. Generation 7 is around the corner. Let's take a look at the new starters. Oh, look, it's an owl with a bow tie. I love bow ties. I really love bow ties. It's so cute. It attacks with feathers. That's so cool. Oh! A cat with fire! It's a fire cat! You can cuddle it and it would keep you warm, because it's a cat made out of fire! Oh my god! The fuck is this? Nintendo, is this the third one? Fucking... It's a seal! Yay! It's a water-type seal! That's so cool and original! I fucking love it. Maybe it could evolve into a really cool type, like ice and water. You know, that's not been done before, right? And fucking look at its little nose. It's kind of cute. No! Game Freak, please! Just make this one good, please! Let it be something cool, something I can, I don't know, fucking bring out in battle and not get laughed at by the opponent. Why is it a clown? Why is its nose a dick? Anything but a dick. Well, this is just unacceptable. You know what? I'm calling my mum. Hello? Mum!
What?
Game Freak made Poplio look like a dick.
And I'm supposed to say what?
Mum!
You can tell from the emphasis in his voice that this is all from the heart. From this point forward I was hooked and constantly watched the content made and shared it with my brother, since he commonly shared an interest for Pokemon too. Soon Rob would start to branch out from Pokemon though, and since he seemed so genuine when he spoke, I was inclined to hear him out and opted to give whatever he was talking about a shot. I had no clue what a Splatoon was until I watched his coverage of Pearl Marina, or what Stardew Valley was until he explained what it was amongst his favourite games, and I found myself just as hooked when initially playing it. Sucked 326 hours of my life away too, but it was well worth it. However, as time went on, I noticed that his uploads were becoming far more few in between. Gaming as a whole was scrubbed from most aspects, so with that paired against my changing mind, I bounced. Instead of jumping into every video, I would pick which were likely to keep me entertained, and often missed his uploads anyways by accident. Not to say I was all that busy, but it got lost amongst the sea of creators I was subscribed to, who posted more often with episodes of a game or pieces regarding controversy. Eventually, I would be caught off guard one night by a stream hosted by Rob, and since I had little else to do, I dove into it carefree of the fact I had to be at college the next day. Now usually you never really get a response from a streamer, since the chats are overwhelmed with people spamming whatever they please, but since there were only a handful of people, you were likely to be able to speak with him about topics Rob would bring up as he went along. As such, It kept me enthralled with the live stream until conclusion as such, and I started to return to the channel more often than not again. There was plenty to catch up on, so I dug up his old content and watched it whenever I could at the time. At this point, Rob had gone full out with posting whatever he wanted, as long as he was intrigued, from game reviews to more personal videos that would impact me in a way that no other YouTuber had managed. These more personal videos that freely opened a window into the mind of the man behind Ragnarobb was something that made me reflect upon myself and think about the ways that had led me to this current standing. I'm usually so tired or busy doing something to actually slow down, and that was what Rob made me be able to do without it being too out of the blue that I'd end up losing focus, and as such I realised there are plenty of things I need to improve on. When you can make a video that feels like you're listening to a mate talk about their day or go over a story they got since you last met up, surely then you've mastered the ability to relate to your audience on a personal level. I understand that YouTube is a platform where you need to have a parasocial relationship with the viewers in order to thrive, but with Rob it seems to not matter whoever you may be. He just wants to sit and talk with you for a bit, though he will be deaf to your voice. I make this video as a thank you to Rob for providing both laughter to my life, but also another perspective for it, where I would need to just let go of everything to think about the continuous cycle working around me. The next day, the next month, the next year. Where am I going in life? Why am I crying? When is the world going to stop spinning? All of this would probably have been shoved to the back of my head permanently had I not been metaphorically stopped by Rob in order to think up for a moment on what was happening and start putting a plan together. Personally, I never really spoke with Rob outside of a set of DMs regarding a background for the Subarashi podcast, which went nowhere since I was a dumb kid thinking traditional art would work without being adapted first, which is one of the reasons why I began making digital art to begin with. I wasn't all too impressed with my colouring, so I would shift the sketches onto my computer and got to work with an old drawing tablet I never really used. So you can thank Rob in regards to me being somewhat of an art commentary channel instead of just a bland commentator instead. To wrap things up, I want to thank you, Robert Van Dongen, for making me a better person in regards to keeping my head high and stopping me from being a husk too dead set on completing projects. I didn't sit back to contemplate what will happen next. If given the chance, I'd buy you a beer or any drink really. I don't want to condemn you to it, but it's just what the saying usually goes really. Truly, you'll be hard to come across again unless someone with a Taurus persona comes challenging in next. If for some reason you haven't checked him out yet, then go watch his content in chronological order to see if you got roped up in the same fashion I did. Otherwise, I've been VSM, and I'll see you next time. Peace.